Hey guys, LEGO Landlord here. Today we're taking a look at LEGO Transformers Subnautica. I don't tend to see much submarine Transformers, but whenever I do, they usually blow me out of the water. And with this guy, he isn't necessarily the traditional sub-transformer. He's all blue instead of just being yellow, and I think it's a nice diversion from the norm. Coming to details here, you can see he does have a hatch, which can open. And you can actually fit 2 micro people in there, at least in my scale. You can also open the bay door. And if you want to put people in here, you can just open that up, revealing the head, obviously. But I think it's a nice concept, and it works really, really well. You do have these little side bits. These could be used to open up and reveal these little droid arms. Not much on the back. You can consider these the little thrusters. On the bottom, you have a little pool area. But that's about it for submarine mode. Let's go check out some other bots. So here is Subnautica with Novatron. These are so different in alt mode, yet I think they kind of have a nice dynamic going on. They're unconventional transformers, one being a satellite and one being a submarine, and I think they just feel fine together. Here he is next to Night Watch. Here he is next to Lockdown, just to see how big Lockdown actually is. And that's about it for comparisons. Let's move on to transformation. To transform Subnautica, we are first going to open the hatch, bring the bay door up, and lift this entire section up. We then want to slide these panels out and bring them up at the fins, or these little fan bits. You can quickly see these are becoming the arms. You want to bring the bottom of the sub, split it in half, and then you can bring this entire section down to then bring the legs down. Kind of leave them open a little bit to give him more of a dynamic stance. You can then again, his head, bring it up, and you can, I prefer to kind of align everything like this, but you can do it however you feel. Now you want to bring these up, rotate the arms around at the shoulder, bring the arm down, and just repeat that on the other side. Get everything situated. And there we have Subnautica in his robot mode. Subnautica is quite the diversion from usual characters of mine. He turns from this bumbly little submarine into kind of a dynamic, sleek character, and I don't know how I managed to get all that mass shifting, but I think it works really well with this guy. Coming to details, you can see he does kind of have a submarine-induced hat. That's mainly his visor, but I like to think of it as a helmet. Gives him a lot of character. His chest is literally just ripped off of Hypercycle. This guy is literally based off of Hypercycle. He's practically a remold and a retransformation, but I think it works very well. You do have a bit of understuddage on the forearms and the waist, but I think it kind of represents a bit of boltage on the submarine coming out. But overall, I think it's fine enough. For articulation, it's literally just the same as Hypercycle. You have a 360 at the head, it can go back, forth. You can adjust the chest however you like. Kind of an implied butterfly joint. You can 360 at the shoulder, 360 at the bicep swivel, and You can bend the elbow 90 degrees, and now you can also do this. Don't find that useful, but it works. And then coming to the legs, you can still splay them and you can still rock them back and forth. But other than that, I think he looks fine. More details kind of pop up as you look at him more, like the fin arms and how the hatch and the bay area kind of rest along his back. Doesn't have a backpack, but again, I think it looks fine. Let's get into comparisons. For comparisons, here we have another blue bot, Donut. I think these two kind of represent a theme in which they're both highly Cybertronian in robot mode, but they kind of turn into unusual vehicle modes. I think they look fine together with the white in the heads and black and clear, and you get the idea. Here we have him next to Kyoto. Kyoto kind of feels like a bigger brother to Subnautica. These two kind of make each other's colors pop, and I really like it. And finally, here we have him with his evil brother, Hypercycle. These two kind of represent a duo that is so hard to manage. Sorry about that. It's so hard to manage in I'm just gonna hold him. It is so hard to manage in pop culture, where you have two brothers on either sides of the Force, if you will, and Subnautica and Hypercycle kind of represent that. I've made them brothers simply because they are purely based off of each other. You can see that in the chest, but otherwise, I think they look pretty good together. Hypercycle is a bit taller than him, which is ironic, but other than that, I think they look good together. Anyways, guys, that's about it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Lego Landlord out.